Greetings everyone, Jared here with One of the Nation's Rage. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to count this vlog as a meaningful, important vlog. I'm going to speak to you straight from my heart about my life, some things that are going on in my life right now. I apologize for the double camera view, that both cameras are fixed on me. I was going to have one facing out the windshield, but then I realized, hey, my windows are covered in pollen right now, so that's probably not a good idea to try to do that. Because, hey ho, tomorrow's the first day of spring. Tomorrow is also my 35th birthday. So that's why I'm making a vlog in general. Content has been very scarce on my channel so far this year. And there's some things that I want to talk about. I want to improve that. But I might not be going in the direction that you would normally assume that I am going to go in. I don't really plan on doing any gaming videos at all whatsoever. I haven't thought about doing that at all. I have considered doing some location videos. I have some ideas. I've been planning or trying to plan to go to Oakland Cemetery, which is in Atlanta. I've been wanting to go to that cemetery for a while now. But, you know, with current world events going on right now, certain current events, i.e. certain viruses and whatnot, I don't really know how I feel about going to Atlanta at the moment. I don't feel real comfortable doing that. I mean, I could get me like a respirator or something, I guess, but how stupid would I look walking through a cemetery with a camera wearing a respirator? I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but you know, I want to go there eventually, and I will go there eventually. I would like to take photos there, just as much as I want to get video. I want to get photos. So the name of this vlog is not clickbait. I wasn't just trying to get you to click on the video because the title is a little bit enticing, I know. But there's some truth behind the title. A little over a year ago, just before my 34th birthday, about a week before actually, I made a mistake, and I didn't share it with anybody on YouTube. Basically, I had to go to work. It was a Monday morning. I had to go to work. I think it was March 10th, 2019. It was the first work day after daylight savings time started, so it was dark outside, and I had not been working at my current job for very long, so I wasn't really used to going there in the dark. I mean, I knew where it was, but I didn't like have it laid out in my head exactly where the entrance was. And I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep the night before. Actually, I got no sleep the night before, but I still got up and went to work. And I ended up passing the entrance to my job. And instead of doing an illegal U-turn, I decided to go up to the next intersection and cross over the street because I knew that there was a cul-de-sac on the other side. So I proceeded to do that. I won't give you all the details. To make a long story less long, basically I came up to a stop sign. It was a two-way stop sign. I stopped briefly. I didn't see any vehicles, like I didn't see any cross traffic. So I proceeded to go. Well, what I didn't realize is that there was a line of hedges blocking the road on the passenger side of the vehicle. And turns out there was a car, it was actually a truck, it was a dually pickup truck coming straight for me as soon as I pulled out. And I misjudged his speed, and I decided to go ahead and go for it and try to get out of his way. Well, I didn't get out of his way in time. And he T-boned me in the back passenger side of the car. You guys remember the Kia. If you've been around long enough on my channel, you remember my wife's old car, that silver Kia Sorento. And when he hit me so hard that the SUV like went sideways and it flipped. It was a double rollover, so it flipped over upside down, and then it came back around and landed on its wheels. And I was wearing my seatbelt because I have half a brain, and so it wasn't a horrible accident. I mean, it looked a lot worse than it actually was. It was like a low speed double rollover T-bone accident. Well, as I was rolling like upside down in the vehicle, I was gripping the wheel really hard, and I rolled over with such momentum that I wasn't upside down for very long, and I came back down on the SUV came back down on its wheels. Well, when it did, I was still hanging on with all my grip to the steering wheel, and when it came down like this on the driver's side. So I was sitting on the side that came down with all the impact of the vehicle, holding the wheel like this, and I felt something snap in my back, and I don't know what it was. Anyway, that's why I have this car now, is because I totaled my other car. And so basically I've been working an intensive labor job with some sort of a back injury for the past year. To make, like I said, a long story less long, I've been to the chiropractor, I've been to a pain clinic, I've gotten an x-ray done, a few x-rays done. The chiropractor told me different things than what they told me at the emergency room, because they wouldn't let me get out of my vehicle. They had an ambulance come, and granted, I work in Decatur. Those of you that are familiar with the area, I work in Decatur, and an ambulance picked me up and took me all the way to downtown Atlanta. I went to Grady Memorial, to their trauma center. And keep in mind, like I said, I'd just gotten the job. I'd been on the job for a month. Well, most jobs have probationary periods when you first start working there. It takes a little while to get your PTO. It takes a little time to get your benefits. Okay, so when this accident happened, I had actually lost my health insurance from Schneider for my previous job. And I, at the time, had no health insurance. I was waiting to get coverage with my new employer. So it was the worst time to have an accident like that. And I'm not going to tell you how much the bill is from Grady Memorial. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but it's like disgusting, sickening, like awful. So I just wanted to add that in there because I haven't told you about that. This is the first time I've said anything about it. I mean, I've got the pictures from the rollover accident. I got the pictures of my vehicle. It was bad, but it wasn't horrible. And like I said, I was wearing my seatbelt. I got knocked around and banged up a little bit, but more than anything, I've been having this pain in my back for the past year. I'm on my way right now to the orthopedic, like the back surgeon specialist. It's actually the same group that took care of my right knee issues. And but there's like different doctors. Like the knee doctor is the one that I've seen. Well, this is like a spine doctor. So I'm gonna see about getting an MRI. I do have insurance now, but I didn't at the time. So why am I telling you all this? Well, it kind of is connected to things that have been going on in my life recently. And I tried to lay all this out in my head in a proper kind of way whenever I decided to do the vlog. It might not come out exactly as I imagined it, and I really hate that. But after working this job for over a year now with the back pain, not really knowing if there's a whole lot that I can do about it, I've come to realize that maybe I'm not meant to do intensive labor jobs. And you know, I was saying that years ago after I hurt my knee and I was about to go to work as a truck driver. I mentioned that, hey, I don't think it's the best idea for me to do intensive labor jobs. Well, my knee, you know, it's one of those things that it's going to take it a long time to need to be replaced. I don't know how long. I mean, I don't talk to you guys about my knee anymore because it's not really relevant. When it is relevant, if it is ever relevant again, I'll share it with you. But right now, it's not really relevant. My knee, I mean, yeah, it gives me troubles, but it's not going to put me out of service. This back thing is a different story, though. And it really sucked because, you know, I like the job that I have, and it was refreshing to get a job where I wasn't driving a truck anymore. And I actually worked a normal 40-hour work week. That was my most favorite thing about the job that I have now. And I was willing to do the manual labor as a trade-off to have more time at home with my family and not have to work as many hours, because the last job that I had as a truck driver, I was working like 60 to 65 hours a week, and that was rough, and it got old real quick. And you know, so I was willing to do the manual labor to have a 40-hour work week, and you know, it was nice when I came back to that. It was really nice. About 5 years ago, not that anybody's going to remember this, or anybody that sees this video saw that video. Maybe, but I doubt it. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't remember. But about 5 years ago, I made a vlog. I think it was called I Want to Paint. And in that vlog, I was basically just explaining how I feel like I have a talent. And I mean, this is like straight out of left field, I know. It doesn't seem like it's connected at all, but just let me finish. So in that vlog, I explained that I felt like I had a talent, and I felt like as long as I wasn't using that talent, I was basically wasting away. In so many words, that's basically what I was saying in that vlog. I didn't use those exact words, but that's basically the point that I was trying to get around to. And you know how I love to talk. So even if you saw that vlog and maybe perhaps you remember it, you still probably didn't really get what I was trying to say, and it wasn't a good quality video or anything else. So I just got out of the orthopedic office. He did some x-rays. He says I could possibly have a herniated disc between my shoulders, which is, well, that's pretty much what I thought it was. But like I said, the trouble is getting the MRI, getting the insurance company to approve the MRI. It's absolutely ridiculous. Apparently they want you to do 6 weeks of physical therapy, and then they'll pay for an MRI. Well, actually, they're not even paying for it. They're making you pay your deductible for it, however much it costs toward your deductible, which is ridiculous. But anyway, this vlog isn't about complaining about health insurance. We all know it's really bad in this country. Anyway, back to the painting stuff. So I made that vlog and I said that I wanted to paint more. And I also said that I wanted to make videos about painting. Well, not too long after that, I did actually make a video of me painting, or trying to paint, a drawing that I had done years prior to when I made that video, and it was a complete and utter failure. And I mean, the video, it's decent, but I never actually finished the painting. I gave up on it. And that's always been an issue with me. Like, I love art, I love drawing, I love painting, I love all of it. I really enjoy it. It's a lot like guitar. I love guitar too, but I have issues with being consistent. And my issue is that I never could sit there and have the patience to work on said art, whether it was a painting or a sketching or whatever it may be. I never could focus. I could never concentrate on it for long enough to do anything that was really worth anything to me. But there was always something inside of me that really wanted to take it seriously. Not just really do it as a hobby, but to actually get serious about drawing and sketching and painting. Same thing with the guitar. And I always confused that lack of motivation for a lack of attention. Because when I was a teenager, I was diagnosed with ADD. And they put me on medication. And the medication appeared to help when I was a teenager. So I thought it was ADD, you know. I thought, you know, I can't do this. I have a disorder. I don't have the mental capacity to be a serious artist. Even though, like I said, in my soul, I felt connected to art, and I still do. Well, I was also diagnosed with depression as a teenager, and they put me on medication for that too. What I'm getting at is the lack of motivation is not connected to the lack of attention, because I've found that I can actually stay in tune with what I'm doing for long periods of time. And what I'm trying to say is that I just recently was diagnosed with depression last year, and I've been taking different kinds of medication for it, just to try to resolve the issue and try to make the situation better. Now, remember when I said I was involved in that accident, I had been up all night, like the night before. I didn't get any sleep. Well, I also have insomnia, and it's connected with the depression. And it might also be connected with the pain management, the chronic pain, the chronic back pain, the chronic knee pain, and everything else. It's probably all connected. Well, just recently I started this new medication. It's an antidepressant. It's trazodone, and it helps me sleep. I take it before bedtime every night, and it helps me sleep. It treats the insomnia, but it's also an antidepressant, so it treats the depression. And I've found that since I started taking that medication, it's actually helping the depression and the insomnia, but I don't have a lack of interest, or I don't lose interest in things. So I'm able to focus a lot better than I used to be, and I'm also able to stay motivated and stay consistent with things. And this has a lot to do with the reason why I haven't made many videos this year. I mean, just recently I have made a vow to myself to really get back into art, get back into painting and drawing and everything. And I basically told myself that I was going to draw for a period of time every single day. Like, I wouldn't miss a day. I would sit down and I would draw every day. And on the weekend, I would paint. I'm actually working on a painting right now. I'm trying to get it done so I can get the next one started. I already have a concept in mind for the next painting, but I have to finish the one that I started, and that was always an issue. In the past, I would start a painting. Like, I have so many paintings that I started and I never finished because I lost the will to finish it. And I always felt like I didn't have the skill to finish it. And I really want to improve with that. And I've realized by drawing every day, I've realized that a lot of the issues that I'm having with painting comes from a lack of experience, a lack of skill in drawing. And they say that you can only paint as good as you can draw, and I'm completely out of practice with both. But I'm trying to do it as much as I can, as often as I can, and I'm starting to get better at it. So what's my point? Well, my point is that I've always liked art. I've always been into art. I've always felt a connection with artistry, drawing and painting and everything else. I've done quite a bit of paintings in my day, and I started drawing when I was a young child, and it felt extremely natural to me. As a kid, I would draw, and that was before I was diagnosed with the depression and everything. And I would spend hours working on art as a kid. I loved it. But as I grew up, as I got older, as I got into things that I shouldn't have gotten into, I kind of lost interest in it. So the consistency fell by the wayside, so to speak. But the essence of being an artist, the will to want to create stuff, never really left my soul. There's something in my soul that has to create. And now that I'm actually treating the depression, like I said, I have gained an interest in doing things and enjoying things once again. So, like I said, here lately, I've been pushing myself extremely hard to expand my threshold of skill in art. I've been doing the same thing in music, but I've been doing it more so in art. And I think I'm at the point to where I want to share what I'm doing on the channel and really get serious about it and share it with other people. I take it extremely seriously, and here's how all this is connected. I have faith in myself, and I believe that if I can push myself hard enough and stay committed to this and not give up, that I can actually do something with this. I've struggled in every single thing that I've tried to do as an adult. As far as an occupation, I've struggled with it. I've been unhappy with it to the point of being miserable. I think a lot of the reason why I'm dealing with depression so much right now is because I was very unsatisfied with truck driving, and I was disappointed overall with the outcome that I got from truck driving. Like, I thought that I was going to make all this money as a truck driver. I thought that, I was going to be financially stable, that we weren't going to have to worry, that my wife could go back to school and finish her degree as a registered nurse. I thought all these things, and so I invested all this money into truck driving, and it it might have a lot to do with the company that I was working for, but it basically, in my opinion, it kind of turned into a dead-end job. Like, it wasn't going anywhere, and I didn't feel like it was worth it. Like, all the sacrifices that I was making, time spent away from my family, the nature of the job itself and how they treated their drivers and everything else with the company, it was very depressing. It was very disappointing. I thought that I was going to feel a certain way about it, and it turns out that I didn't feel that way at all. And being under that kind of stress all the time, that tremendous stress as a truck driver, what truck drivers go through, the tremendous amount of stress, it'll mess with the chemical balance in your brain. It literally will. You can ask truck drivers about this. I'm sure a lot of them will identify with what I'm saying about it. And so I think that has a lot to do with the reason why I'm having to be treated for depression right now. A lot of it also goes back to my early years as a child, as a teenager. There's a lot of unresolved stuff that I never really dealt with. I just kind of pushed it, or I just kind of pushed it down inside of myself and contained it. I didn't really deal with it. So my main point is that art is helping me. It's helping me feel like I'm accomplishing something. Like, every time I sit down and draw, I feel like a part of my soul comes out. Like, a part of my soul gets free that was pinned up before. Like, it's very therapeutic. It's very satisfying to me to be able to make art. So much to the extent that, I want to do it all the time now. And I want to take it seriously. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna quit my job or anything like that. I can't quit my job. But I want to take it seriously and try to get somewhere with art, because I think that I'm at a point to where I'm starting to realize that maybe there's a reason why I've felt so unfulfilled in every other thing that I've tried to do. And I've been working since I was 16 years old. Actually, I've been working since I was 15 years old. I've had so many different jobs, and at every single job I felt, I basically mastered everything that I tried. Like I've had no problem figuring out how to do everything that I've done and actually getting good at it. But the thing is, I get so bored with it, and it's so unsatisfying after so long. It's like I can't do it anymore. But art and music, mainly art though, are like one of the only things that I can actually say I'm not bored with it. Like I realize that the potential in art and creativity is endless. You can never exhaust. I mean, it can make you exhausted if you put that much effort into it and that much time in it, which is actually a good thing, because if you do that after so long, you will get better at it. But you gotta keep pushing yourself. And I'm not saying this because I'm lazy and I don't think that I should have to work. It's actually quite the contrary. If you look at professional artists, it's one of the most difficult occupations to have and to hold on to. I mean, it's up there with like farming and stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy how hard artists have to work to make an income and actually be successful with it. It's insanely hard. It's not just making the art itself. There's so many other aspects to it. Like it's extremely difficult, and it just demands so much of your time to be an artist and be successful at it. So it's very difficult to do, but it's not something that I feel like is out of my grasp. Like I said, I believe in myself. I believe that there's a lot of potential that is yet to be unlocked for me in painting, primarily in painting. But see, to become a better painter, I have to become a better drawer. So I have to dedicate a lot of my time at this point to drawing. I have to train myself to endure for long enough to finish something. And that's really what I wanted to talk about in this vlog. I know it took forever for me to explain all this and talk about all this, but I feel like I said everything I needed to say. So I'm putting this out here on my channel for whomever watches it. And I'm actually putting myself on the line. I'm putting my word on the line, because if I go back to who I was before and I fail to do everything I just said I wanted to do, then I risk being utterly humiliated and mocked. And I understand that. But I'm at the point now to where I want this so bad. It's like I'm not losing interest in it. It's not going anywhere. Quite the contrary is true. I'm getting more deep into it. I'm getting more interested in it. It grows. And it takes a lifetime to master things like drawing and painting and everything else. And I'm 35 years old, you guys. I'm not getting any younger. So I don't want a day to go by. I don't want to waste a single day without embracing drawing or painting, whatever I have time to do. Obviously, I still have my job. I still have to work full time. I still have to take care of my family. I have to spend time with my family, spend time with my kids. I can't neglect my family. But in my spare time, I want it to be all about this. I mean, this is literally, it's consumed me. But I feel like that's the best possible thing that could happen at this point. Because, like I said, the more I do it, the more satisfied I become. And the more of myself I feel like I'm getting back. The more connected I feel with my soul and that childhood heart inside of me that I had as a child. I'm starting to feel it again. Like it didn't go anywhere. It was just locked away. But I've unlocked it. I'm continuing to unlock it every day. And so I want to share this on the channel. I want to share this with anybody who wants to watch. I want to share my art with you. And like I said, I want to take it seriously. And if I fail to do this after making this video, then like I said, I run the risk of being mocked. I run the risk of humiliating myself. I'm a pretty wishy-washy person. I'm a Pisces. That's about as wishy-washy as we come. But I don't want to be flaky about this. I want to be completely serious about this and completely committed about this. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I feel like this is what I was made to do. I was designed to be a creative person, and I just haven't been doing it. I haven't been doing it for so long that it's caused me to be depressed. You know, it's caused me to feel inadequate. It's caused me to become a shell of a person because I literally I haven't been doing something that I was meant to do. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say you should be, in the near future, you should be expecting to see new content on my channel about painting, about drawing. I actually want to, I want to make a video of me finishing the painting that I'm working on right now. It's not great. I made mistakes. I messed it up. But I'm not discouraged about that. I'm still going to finish it. And it's going to be a testament to this new solemn claim that I'm making. I don't care that it's messed up. I don't care that I know I could have done this or I could have done that to make it better. I'm still going to finish it. And I'm going to use those mistakes as a learning tool. I've learned how to go about this. And I'm not saying I've learned it or mastered it or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I can use the mistakes that I made to make the next one better. So I want to finish the painting that I'm working on right now, and I want to make a video about that. But then I also want to start a new series on my next painting that I've already got the idea in my head. I've got to come up with a concept for it. But I have the idea in my head, and I want to share it with everybody. So, yeah, just be expecting that to come to the channel very, very soon. And I'm going to let you go now. I know you're tired of listening to me talk. This video has been too long. And I don't normally do vlogs, and I definitely don't make my vlogs this long, but I had a lot that I wanted to share, and it's been a long time. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Jared with Water the Nation's Rage signing out. So on and so forth. I'll see you guys next time.